Doing this baseball tour around these minor league baseball parks, what's kind of been the reception and what's this been like for you doing this?
You know, I'm blessed because Saved by the Bell was family entertainment, and minor league baseball's family entertainment. The teams have players that come and go because they want to get up to the show, right? But the teams take care of the fans, and they bring in everybody from I don't know, these big giant blow-up dolls to celebrities and wrestlers and athletes and stuff like that. And somehow I ended up getting the privilege to go to, I've been over 90 minor league ballparks around the country in the last 10 years. And it's amazing how wonderful everybody is. I mean, I'm just blessed because people love Saved by the Bell and they want to tell me what the show meant to them. And they'll stand in line 2 hours and not complain. They don't complain. You know, it's really nice.
You, of course, were a part of a show that's one of the most, successful in its time. But even now that now it's in syndication and things like that, do you have a more appreciation for how popular that show was?
Well, I like to say I have gratitude, not attitude. Because when we started the show, I was just glad to have a job. And then actually, a couple of days ago was the 25th anniversary of the graduation episode of when, one of the nice things about that is I got to say goodbye to each and every one of the casts for me, but also to the characters for the audience. So the fact that the show started on Saturday morning, little by little got bigger and bigger, went to TBS in the afternoons, and then went to 87 countries around the world from Saturday morning, you couldn't have predicted that. So I'm very grateful.
And in addition to traveling around for baseball, you also are a big wrestling fan as well.
Yeah.
Talk about how you got into wrestling and what you enjoy about that.
I started watching, I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I started watching wrestling locally on a local TV station and got interested in it and liked it, and it was fun, it was dramatic, it had a lot of flair to it. Woo, like Ric Flair. And a few years ago, Mike the Miz, who is a friend of mine, I know him from when they were doing MTV stuff and college appearances and things, called me and said, hey, my buddy Zach Ryder wants to do a video with you. He had this video blog, and it was Zach and Mr. Belding, He had 500,000 views every time, and he built this thing on his own. And through that, fans wanted me to be the general manager of Raw for a while. And I got back in, and I got to meet and know a lot of the people. They call it the boys and the girls, BOYZ and GIRLZ. That's the I've learned a lot about the inside and how hard they work and become friends with a lot of some really wonderful people that work hard and put their bodies on the line every day and entertain people, work hard to entertain. And that's what they love. They love doing this. Some of the nicest people in the world, when they get out there, though, don't mess with them.
And talk about social media and how that's played with keeping your character still going with people getting to enjoy you for the first time.
Okay, so this thing right here was a Zach phone a long time ago. I mean, it's amazing how this stuff is built up, When we started, there wasn't all the gossip shows and social media and all that, and it was of a different time. There was an innocence to the time, and of course things are a lot more serious now. And I think that social media is a way to stay in touch with people, but you got to be careful with it because there's a lot of people that aren't quite so nice on social media. And I really try not to get political, not to get involved in stuff, support as much of the positive things as I can, and respect to the character, because the reason I have social media is because of having played Mr. Belding on Saved by the Bell.
Some of the appearances you've made, you've also donated to charities and things like that. Talk about how important that is to you as well.
Well, today, I wear this all the time. This is for the V Foundation, for the Jimmy V. You guys, I know this is Kentucky, sure, but what's really nice about this is it's North Carolina State is where Jimmy was, of course, which is an amazing thing. But also Carolina and Duke and a lot of other people. And so you got St. Jude in Memphis, and you got all these people. This was from my friend Allie Allen, who's 19 years old and got inoperable brain cancer. We're so blessed, and if we can hand some of these kids off to each other, and some of these, whatever your cause is, get involved. You don't have to be Mr. Belding. You can be, what's your name?
Devin.
You could be Devin. You could be my man Devin right here, okay? And I'm sure you help people. I'm sure you're nice to people, and you get involved. And little by little, we're gonna just hand people off to each other, and somehow find some way to stop all this stuff.
How often are you asked to say, hey, what's going on?
Hey, what are you asking me that for? All right, here's the crazy thing. Our director used to say, hey, come on. So the writers wrote, hey, what is going on here? And in rehearsal, for fun, I said to them, I did the carol, hey, and it stopped. That and the laugh,
Oh, yeah.
So, I was on Late Night with David Letterman. It used to be my laugh. I have a high-pitched laugh. And I did, and something was funny. I laughed. This is actually back when he was on NBC. And when a friend of mine said, you know, that laugh one day, that laugh's gonna make you famous one day. It just became what they call a runner. You know, who knows how? There's a lot of things that happen. You know, you guys, when a team comes together, as you know from all the sports here, that sometimes a team elevates above the individual talents. Things like that happen with like the Zach phone and things that people fell in love with, that they elevated to a whole nother level. And that's kind of what happened with Saved by the Bell.